Have you ever forgotten something on a long trip that you know you wish you had and there's no way you're going to replace it? And I don't mean like on a vacation where you just find the nearest store and purchase it. I mean, you're miles out on the backcountry on a trail, or maybe you're in an austere location and you forgot a crucial piece of equipment that could ruin the whole trip. Sometimes you find yourself without the gear you need. And in this particular situation, I forgot my spoon. Now, I wouldn't call a spoon a critical item, but I did forget mine before heading up the trail today. And I really like my hot chocolate when I backpack, so I'll be carving a new one before I need it to strew my bedtime hot chocolate tonight. If only it were so easy to replace those things we forget, lose, or break. Hi folks, I'm Asay with Jase, and I'm here with your weekly situational awareness assessment for this week, August 20th, 2026. A few days ago, Hawaii was hit by a hurricane, Category 1 on the Big Island, Hurricane Lala. When it made landfall there, the communities experienced torrential rain and massive flooding. Many homes were destroyed, which prompted a rescue and humanitarian response from state, government, and the military. The question, what would you do if you lost your home and all of your belongings to a flash flood? It was only a month ago that I lost a friend to a flash flood in southern Utah. That tragic event took him and his family by surprise, and it ended up being fatal to all of them but one, and because she wasn't there. Now the kicker is, my friend was a firefighter, search and rescue team member, and an avid outdoorsman. Guys like him don't die in flash floods until they do. So, the survival triangle is a wilderness survival concept that describes the likelihood of survival based on 3 memory aids. Each side of the triangle represents knowledge, skills, and tools. Instead of a triangle, I prefer to use a diamond. Now, it could be a box, but a box isn't sexy enough, so I like calling it a diamond. Knowledge, skills, tools, and luck. So the point being, if you aren't going to prepare yourself with knowledge, tools, and skills, then you better be lucky. Sure, there are some people that will say that you can't increase your luck. That's the attitude that causes people with piles of food to die of starvation, and drowning victims who could stand in the lake if they would only have put their feet down and not panicked. Look, luck is a mind game. Luck's a mental state, and luck is really just luck. See, I'm not a philosopher, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night, and that's just simply how I look at it. It's also why I always carry my lucky Papa Bear every time I go out in the wilderness. It gives me courage as well as luck. Of course, sometimes people just die in spite of all the variables stacked in their favor. But for me personally, I don't want to die because I neglected one of the other 3 sides of the diamond. My epitaph will read, well, it was just his time to go, rather than, here lies the idiot who made his last mistake. All right, thanks everybody. That's all I have for this week. I'm going to keep heading up the trail. I've been carving my spoon as I've been walking. Hopefully it'll be done by the time I get to the top. I'll see you next week here at Jase.